Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the Friday Night Smackdown review. And I know if you guys saw, I posted earlier saying that the Smackdown review for tonight will be up on Sunday or Monday. But I decided, I came home early. I was at my friend's house today. We watched Smackdown, and got home, just a few minutes ago. And, I had time, so why not do the review? But tonight's SmackDown was from Manchester. Was from the SNHU Arena in Manchester in the UK. And WWE is out there for SmackDown and also Monday Night Raw, which they ended up filming Raw. They ended up filming Monday Night Raw after SmackDown. So all SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, they're going to be taped shows. So SmackDown was taped tonight, and then you'll see on Monday for Monday Night Raw, it's going to be taped. And if you were on social media all through today, there were spoilers that were coming out for SmackDown and also Monday Night Raw. But I don't really like when WWE goes overseas because they leak the spoilers out for both shows, for SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. But anyways, tonight's SmackDown, this show was fucking terrible. This was a terrible, shitty show, in my opinion. But let's get on with the SmackDown review. So, SmackDown opened up tonight with none other than Baron Corbin. So he came out. He ends up talking about Survivor Series, with it being Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. He ends up blaming Roman Reigns for the NXT invasion last week. Corbin also goes on to talk about Roman's battle with leukemia and how he's truly a role model and that he's done nothing lately. He says his priorities have changed and he's all about photo ops and days at home with his family. And Corbin ended up accusing Roman of not wanting to be champion anymore. So Corbin ends up talking about how Roman's testicles are shrinking and how the big dog, as what Michael Cole says, and Corbin also talks about how Roman sounds like a chihuahua. And he ends up saying that he has video evidence of this. So he ends up playing it on the Titantron, and on the Titantron is Roman's logo with the dog on it, and all you just hear is the dog, the CGI dog on the Titantron yapping and yipping. It was all like that for maybe 3 minutes. So after that was played, Corbin ends up calling out Roman, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Roman is not here yet." But he's Roman is possibly granting a wish to make some child's day. And Corbin says Roman will be here at the end of the night, and he's going to stand face to face with him, and he's going to tuck his little tail between his legs. And that was basically the promo that Corbin ended up cutting, but very boring promo, absolutely cringe-worthy promo from Corbin. Absolute shitty promo from Corbin. Garbage. Then we had the New Day. They were shown backstage, and Kayla Braxton interviews them, and what's funny was Big E got confused, and he ended up suggesting that Xavier Woods, is in jail. But Kofi ends up reminding Big E that Xavier is out hurt. And Kofi ends up talking about how the Revival are great champions, but they need, to be 7-time champions. And Big E was like, oh, how can we catch up to Charlotte without the tag title reign? And then they walk off. But yeah, so it was gonna be the New Day and the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And that's basically what we got. That was basically the first match for SmackDown tonight. So it was the New Day versus the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Overall, the match itself, very meh match in my opinion. It was back and forth between the New Day and the Revival. Of course, here we had Big E and Kofi there. But all in all, at the end of the match, the New Day ended up winning. Kofi ended up hitting the Trouble in Paradise to Dash Wilder. And so, there you go. The New Day win the match, and they are now 7-time WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So that's that. So, but pretty much they probably took the titles off the Revival because I guess they're gonna be punishing the Revival still because of them not wanting to sign a 5-year deal with a 5-year WWE contract, which they have still yet to sign. So I guess that's why they took the titles off of them, and they're gonna make them fools maybe once again because of that. But who knows? That's just my prediction on what they're gonna do with the Revival. Probably make them look like fools again because of them not wanting to sign that 5-year deal, that 5-year contract that WWE wanted to give them, so that they could make the Revival happy and for them not to go to AEW. That's basically what I'm thinking. So, but the New Day end up winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, 7-time champions. But overall, very meh match. Then we had Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan backstage. Sami ends up saying that Daniel Bryan would have defeated Adam Cole last week if he would have joined him and Nakamura when it was offered to him. Sami Zayn goes on about how he can help Daniel Bryan and his career and his family. Sami Zayn ends up telling Daniel Bryan to just ask Cesaro and Nakamura what he's done for them. So Sami says Cesaro and Nakamura will be in tag team action, and that he's inviting Daniel Bryan to join him at ringside to watch the match and see. So that was basically that from backstage with Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan. Then we had Heavy Machinery, Ostosovic, Tucker Knight. They were coming out for a match. They end up getting into the ring, and they get attacked by Imperium. Walter, Marcel Barthel, Fabian Eichner, and Alexander Wolf, of course, from NXT UK. I really like Imperium. They're a good stable in NXT UK. Walter, I really enjoy as a wrestler. He's good in the ring. Met the guy at an indie show. Very nice guy. He's actually really tall in person. I actually got to hold the. He actually put the WWE United Kingdom Championship, on my shoulder, and that was really awesome. So Walter is a good wrestler. He's a very nice guy, but they ended up attacking Ostosovic and Tucker Knight here, and out came the New Day, Apollo Crews, Mustafa Ali, and Chad Gable. They ended up making the save. Imperium ended up retreating out of the ring into the crowd. And pretty much that was basically that. So we had a NXT UK invasion with Imperium. So, I mean, it was good seeing Imperium there. Of course, since WWE is in the UK for Smackdown and Monday Night Raw. It was cool that Imperium actually came there. But then we had Kayla Braxton backstage. She was interviewing Sasha Banks and Bayley. And Kayla Braxton ends up bringing up the attack last week by Shayna Baszler, and if that's a sign of things to come. And Sasha ends up saying no, that was just Baszler trying to be relevant. They say that they both go on about how they built NXT. Sasha ends up saying that she will also dominate Nikki Cross, like she owns NXT. And Bayley ended up having more words for Shayna Baszler, and both her and Sasha end up walking off. Then we had Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro versus Mustafa Ali and Chad Gable. Tag team match. Very meh match. Wasn't that good of a match. Wasn't that good of a tag team match. Though, Cesaro, he was decent in the match. But Nakamura and Cesaro end up getting the win. Nakamura ended up hitting the Kinshasa to Mustafa Ali. So there you go. Nakamura and Cesaro end up winning the match. Well, not that good of a match it was. Then we had Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross. Bayley was out there on commentary, and Sasha ended up getting new music when she came out. Music was sung by her cousin Snoop Dogg, which the new music for Sasha is very meh, in my opinion. Didn't really care for it. But match itself, it was back and forth between Sasha and Nikki. Very funny with Bayley on commentary there. But Sasha ended up getting the win. Bank statement on Nikki Cross. Nikki ended up tapping out. And so Sasha ends up winning the match. Post-match, you had Bayley ended up coming into the ring, and she ends up attacking Nikki Cross. And Shayna Baszler ends up coming to the ring. Shayna Baszler comes in, attacks Bayley, and Baszler ended up slamming Bayley, and that was really cool to see. I mean, even though we saw her last week, But the fans end up, liking what Shayna had to do, and Shayna ended up making her exit with the NXT Women's Championship. Sasha ends up coming into the ring to check on Bayley, and the crowd was chanting for NXT. So Shayna ended up exiting the ring. Sasha was looking on. But we saw this last week with Shayna. It was just copy and paste, rinse and repeat with WWE. Then we had Sami Zayn backstage with Daniel Bryan again. Sami ended up saying, Daniel Bryan should have celebrated with them earlier. And he ended up saying Cesaro and Nakamura were a little upset about it. But he told them that Daniel Bryan needed a little more time. And Sami ended up saying that, he doesn't really think Daniel Bryan needs more time. He thinks Daniel Bryan's mind is made up. And Sami ends up thinking that Daniel Bryan doesn't want to go back to the yes chants and the yes movement, and that he wants to move forward with them. So we had the lights go out. The lights go black. And it looked like it was some sort of glitch. And the lights came back on. So Sami Zayn ended up telling Daniel Bryan to just say something. Say what you want to say. And then we see the lights go out again. And so the lights come on, but it's actually a red light. And we see the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. He's behind Daniel Bryan. So Sami Zayn runs out of there. Daniel Bryan ends up turning around. The Fiend ends up locking the mandible claw on Daniel Bryan. Brings Daniel Bryan down. And we just hear, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, laughing as it went black. So we just heard the last of Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend. But I really like this. I really enjoyed it. So the Fiend, coming off of the feud with Seth Rollins, looks like now the Fiend is going to turn to Daniel Bryan. So it's possibly going to be the Fiend and Daniel Bryan soon. So really like that. With the Fiend, attacking Daniel Bryan. This could set up a decent match between Daniel Bryan and the Fiend, I see. So let's see where WWE decides to take that. And then after that, we had Tyson Fury come out. Tyson Fury is in his hometown of Manchester. The crowd really popped for him. So Tyson gets on the mic and talks about traveling around the world, and some of the fights that he's been in. He also brings up having his match against Braun Strowman in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. And Fury says there's nothing like home, and this is where he calls home. And Fury ends up calling on Manchester to make some more noise. And Tyson Fury ends up plugging his next fight, which he's going to be having in February of next year. And he says he will finish it because he doesn't like unfinished business. And he says, speaking of unfinished business, that's why he's here tonight. Because he has someone with a certain superstar. So Braun Strowman ends up coming out. Braun Strowman comes down to the ring, and Strowman ends up saying Fury wanted him. So he's out there. So Tyson Fury ends up thanking Strowman for the opportunity in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. Says he appreciates it. Fury went on to say that that was one of the hardest fights he's been in. One of the hardest fights that he's been in. I'm like, that match fucking sucked at Crown Jewel. That's Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman. Match fucking sucked. And he ends up knowing why they call Braun Strowman the monster among men. So Tyson ends up extending his hand out. Him and Strowman end up shaking, and they give more thanks. Fury says to Strowman, if they ever fight again, it should be in a tag team. And I'm like, no. So Strowman says he really likes the sound of that. And Strowman says there aren't two dudes in the back who are stupid enough to face them, unless they're trying to get all four of these hands. And so the B team, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, come out. Curtis Axel gets on the mic. He ends up saying to Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman, he says, hey morons, we're stupid enough to fight you. And, Bo Dallas says, that came out wrong. And that wasn't what Curtis Axel meant. And so Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, they're on the ring apron. Sorry about that, but I was saying Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, they were on the ring apron. Strowman ends up rushing Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas off of the ring to the floor. Strowman ends up, of course, running around the ring like he does. He manhandles the B team on the floor. Shoulder tackles to both Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Braun Strowman ends up putting Bo Dallas into the ring. Tyson Fury ends up dropping Bo Dallas with the right arm, with a big right. Strowman ends up putting Curtis Axel in. And Tyson Fury ends up punching Axel. Strowman ends up coming in. And he ends up hitting Curtis Axel with a running power slam. And then we see Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman show respect to each other. And they both stand tall. But did not care for this promo segment. Whatever. Did not care for it. Oh yeah, we're going to see Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman as a tag team. Aren't you all excited if that ever happens? Then we had a women's tag team match. The winners of this match will get to be in the Women's Survivor Series match. So it was Dana Brooke coming out of catering to have this match. Dana Brooke and Carmella versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. This was a short match. Dana Brooke and Carmella win it. Dana Brooke ended up laying out Sonya Deville. So Dana Brooke and Carmella win it. They get to be in the Women's Survivor Series match. Because it was a qualifying match. But very short match. Then we had the main event. King Baron Corbin, King Borin versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, like all of you, we're excited to see this match. Personally, I did not give a shit about this match. Yeah, like this is going to draw big ratings. It was back and forth between Corbin and Roman. We had Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler come out. Roman ended up laying the Superman punch to Robert Roode on the outside. Roman then ended up delivering a Samoan drop to Dolph Ziggler on the floor. And then, we just had Rude and Dolph just watching from the floor as the match went on. Rude and Dolph end up interfering in the match. We had Roman end up spearing Dolph. Roman ended up laying Superman punch to Rude, who was on the ring apron. And then that led to Corbin taking control and hitting the end of days on Roman Reigns. And so, Corbin ended up pinning Roman 1, 2, 3 after the end of days. There you go. Corbin ends up winning the match. Did not even care for this match. Not one goddamn bit. So there you go. That's going to drive ratings up. Yeah. Sure it's going to drive up ratings. Not. And that was Smackdown tonight. Overall, fucking terrible show. Absolute garbage. Boy, I can't wait to see what Monday Night Raw is going to deliver on Monday with it being taped. From what I heard, the crowd ended up bashing a promo or a segment that we're going to be seeing on Monday Night Raw. Cannot fucking wait to see that crowd shit on whatever promo or segment that was put on what we're going to see on Monday Night Raw. Or knowing WWE, they'll possibly edit out the chants, because whenever they were over in the UK, WWE likes to edit the chants and everything. But anyways, that was SmackDown for tonight. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video, this review. And definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And the next video will possibly, hopefully, if I get a chance to find a stream tomorrow night for Full Gear, for AEW Full Gear. If I can find a stream, if it's not like buffering or them removing the stream. If I watch the whole pay-per-view, I will review it. So we'll see what happens with the stream tomorrow night. So that will possibly be the next video, Full Gear review. If not, it will be something else. So anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you all later.